One law does not cancel out another law. I wanted to talk about this today because there's been a lot of discussion lately. You guys probably know that I exercise my right to carry a firearm, and I am a concealed carry permit holder. And one of my family members has it in his brain that, in North Carolina, open carry is legal, but if you have the concealed carry permit, then you can't open carry. And that's just simply not true. And you can ask anyone you'd like to ask about that, but if you think about the basics behind it, one law does not cancel out another law. In North Carolina, we have the right to carry open carry. You don't need any permit. You don't need any paperwork at all. You can be from out of state. You can be in state. As long as that gun is visible, either in your vehicle or on your person, it's open carry. And it's perfectly legal here in North Carolina. There are some counties, some cities like Charlotte, that do not allow open carry within their city. And they're free to their own, opinions on that, and that's the way they do it. But for the most part, every county in North Carolina is an open carry county. Now, South Carolina is not. They have no open carry at all. Even if you are a concealed permit holder, you do not open carry. And that's in South Carolina, and that's completely different. They're two different states. They're not the same thing. So, most of the time when I drive my car, I put my gun in my seat, passenger seat, just because it's just easier. It's easy access. It's not uncomfortable to sit in the driver's seat with it. It's just a good place to put it. And my uncle found out and had his opinion about it the other day, saying that it was against the law and all this. And it's good to do your own research. It's good to know what you're getting yourself into, because there are things that you could do that you didn't intend to do that are against the law, and you definitely don't want to get caught up in something like that. But in this particular case, there's nothing wrong with that, because open carry is a law, and then concealed carry is another law in which you have to get a permit, and having that permit doesn't cancel your right to open carry. It's kind of like getting a CDL driver's license. A CDL driver's license does not take away my right to drive a regular automobile, a Class C automobile, just because I have a Class A or Class B CDL. Yes, I have the Class A or B CDL to drive an 18-wheeler truck. That doesn't take away my ability to drive a car. Usually you have to get it all in one license in that particular case, but that's a different, it's just an example of one thing doesn't cancel out another. Just because you get more rights and more privileges, on one thing doesn't mean that it cancels out the other thing. So, I guess a better example would be if you go get hazmat certification on your CDL. You can't not haul non-hazmat material. It just allows you to haul hazmat if you need to, but you don't have to. So I guess that's a better example. I don't know. It's. I was trying to think of a good example, and I'm trying to think, along the law and how things are ran, and that was pretty much the only thing I can't come up with. So that's pretty much all I just wanted to say today. One thing does not cancel out another. Just by getting one more right or one more privilege, it doesn't cancel out rights or privileges that you already have. And I've never had an issue. I've not been pulled over yet, even though I'm sitting here talking to my phone and driving. I've not been pulled over. I've not had an issue with an officer telling me I can't open carry, which would be the first I've ever heard of it if he did. But I've done a lot of research on the law itself, and I can tell that the law says, this doesn't cancel out that. You can still do this even though you have that. And so that's what I do. So I don't have a compact handgun yet. I'm going to get one. I just don't have one yet. And so concealing is kind of hard. It's really hard to conceal a handgun. There went a cop right there. Because it's so big, you can't conceal it. So I do open carry it pretty much at all times. Now, there's some technicalities. The holster that I use is considered a conceal carry holster. And so, if you're walking around here open carrying with this holster, you could get busted for conceal when you're not supposed to, because you don't have a permit. So there's a lot of technicalities, and I guess it could go both ways, but that's a completely different topic for a completely different day. Let's go check the mail.